Hey guys, so second cooking video. Light is not great because it's like evening now, so it's not got a natural light coming through the window which is behind this camera. I'm going to do chocolate cake today. I've tried to position this in a way that you can sort of see everything that I'm doing, and I've got everything pretty much ready to go. That is going crazy behind me because that's a pan of boiling water ready to melt my chocolate. Shadow, stop it! Yes, I know. She's in heat yet again, so she's going crazy yet again. It's like every bloody week. I've got a bowl today, so you can stop moaning that I haven't put my hair back, and I'm going to get on with it. So, first things first, we need to melt the chocolate. Don't worry about getting really good quality chocolate like everybody else says, because this works just fine. Right, so break it up a bit and pop it in the pan to melt. Don't put it in the pan. Put a bowl, a glass bowl, on top of your boiling water. Don't use a plastic bowl because it'll melt. Put a glass bowl on top of your boiling water and put the chocolate in the bowl. If the chocolate wants to come out of the pack, that is. My chocolate apparently doesn't. I'm using 2 packs. You can use as many as you want. It just depends, you know, how much chocolate you want to have in it. It's just how much I happen to have. On a side note, I went to see, there's a new shop opened where I live now. I went to see it today. It's pretty good. It's like a Wilko's sort of thing, but it's a lot better value, and you know the stuff that you're getting is a lot better quality than what you find in Wilko's generally. So it's like, kind of like a Dunham Mill but cheap. Not that Dunham Mill's expensive, I fucking love Dunham Mill. What do you want? Just get rid of that rubbish. Now, I do my cakes backwards. I do the wet mixture and then add the dry to it, instead of like mixing it all up in with an electric whisk or whatever, because I don't have one. I have this. This is my trusty little whisk that I couldn't find before. So, yeah. Loki! I think he wants some attention. Say hello then. Say hello. Say hello. Never mind, fussers. And you're not going over there. You can't have that. That's alcohol. That's not for kitty cats. Alright, bye bye. Thing is, I don't have a kitchen door, so I can't even shut them out. That is just a hole. There is a hole in the wall, and that is it. So, alright, so let's get on with this. Chocolate is melting, so we want some milk. I should really use lactose-free milk, because otherwise I can't have this, but never mind, I want a little bit more than that. I don't know how much is there. Well, let's say this bottle was up to there, and now it's here, so that much milk. Milk over there, don't need that now. Butter. I haven't took my butter out of the microwave. Some butter, pour it straight in. And that bit didn't quite melt. Let's give that a stir. I know that looks disgusting, but it probably sounds really disgusting as well, the idea of putting butter and milk together. Add some eggs. I'd say 4. Completely up to you. Add as many as you like, but I would recommend 4. I'll do 3 to start with and then stir them in. So they're combined in. And then add 1 more. And then that should be fine. I'm trying to practically shout at you because I know that above the sound of all this, like, it's a bit difficult to hear, and my microphone's not brilliant, so I have moved everything out of the way here so I can't actually get to work. Like, I've moved all my board and biscuit tin and all the shit that was in the way before. Although I'm not going to be rolling anything out on the surface of the bench today. But the chocolate will be going in at the end, so don't worry about it not melting particularly quickly. sugar in before the flour, because the flour is what's going to sort of show you how consistent it's going to be. Put the sugar in first. I'll pop that in this cupboard. That's my baking cupboard down here. Just give that a quick stir. I mean, if you think about it, really, this is like a sweet batter mix. Right. Self-raising flour, not plain flour. You want your cake to rise. If you don't have self-raising flour and you can't be able to go to the shop, just use plain flour and add a bit of bicarb, because it does the same thing basically. It helps it to rise, so just do that. Alright, flour in. Yes, Loki, I can hear you down there. No, you're not having the flour. Oh, hello, son. When did you wake up? Do you want to come say hello? Come here, my fat little bugger. This is my other kitty cat. She's a right fat bugger. Say hello. This is called Socks. Come on, baby. Alright, wash my hands. There. Where's my tea towel? This is what I mean. I just lose everything in this kitchen. I don't know where anything is yet. I've lived here for like, what, 5 months? And I still haven't got used to where everything is, because I keep moving everything around and it doesn't help. Alright, we do need to stir this in now. Don't whisk too quickly, because otherwise you'll find that the flour just sort of goes everywhere. So, as you can see, it just slowly combines in from around the edges as well, because you don't want it all just to be sat around the edge of the bowl not doing anything. Good luck. Don't worry if it goes slightly lumpy or seems like it's going slightly lumpy, because the more you whisk it, the more those lumps will come out. It will go smoother and smoother and smoother the more you whisk it. Now, people have asked me before where I get my recipes from, and to be quite honest, they're just things that I like come up with. So I'll think, oh, you know what, that might work, and I'll try it. And if it works, then great. If it doesn't, then, well, you know not to do it again. So, there's no, like, I don't sort of sit down, look on the internet looking for recipes or anything like that, or look through cookbooks. I mean, I do enjoy looking through cookbooks and seeing what I could try to make, but I do like to just come up with things as and when. But for me, that mixture is far too thin, so I'm going to add more flour. If you're not as, if you don't want to do it, just sort of adding it in, what you can, just remember, with baking, generally, all your ingredients, the amount that you use is supposed to match. So if you use 500 grams of flour, you use 500 grams of everything else. I don't really do that, but I find that I can get away with it. You know, things that I do and I don't follow the recipe for work anyway, so it's just a knack that I have. It's like with pastry, my dad's a chef, and he says that you can't even compete with my pastry. It's just that good. And I don't know how, because I've never exactly like had lessons in how to make it. It just goes right. So I'm going to whisk this in now. Oh shit. Keep an eye on your chocolate, because you don't want it to burn. That is important, and it can burn. Right. Right. It might not seem like I'm keeping an eye on it, but I do glance over at it and I can see what it's doing, so it's good. So, oops, chucking flour everywhere. That's exactly what I just said not to do. Listen to me, not even following my own rules. Honestly. Okay, I think this has gone a bit thick now. This is why we should measure, but I still don't. No, it's fine. I like it quite thick, to be fair, so just make sure it is all combined. So just try and lift it up into the middle and that. From around the edges, try and lift it up so it's into the middle again, and you're not just stirring the same bit over and over. Right, so that's how I like it to be. That looks disgusting, but honestly it will taste nice, I promise you. It might look absolutely disgusting as it is, but when it's cooked it'll be absolutely gorgeous, I promise. I've got a bit on my thumb, so I need to wipe that off. Now, get the chocolate. Get a spoon. Just mix it about, stir it a little bit. It's getting there, it's very close. It seems to be melting more as I'm stirring it. That's an odd little thing, isn't it? Right. That should only be another minute because there's only a couple of little chunks left in it now. This is weird. Something I've not been able to get the knack of is when people add butter to their melting chocolate, you know, to make it like glossy and that. How you see it on cooking programs when people do it. And I've not been able to get the knack of that. For some reason, it just clumps up and goes horrible. So if you want to try it, then go ahead. But it doesn't work for me. So something I will admit to, that does not work at all. So that's nice and smooth now, as we can see, nicely melted. So all we have to do is just pour that in. If your bowl's hot, just grab a tea towel and hold it with the tea towel like that. And just pour the chocolate in. Don't worry if it doesn't all come out of the bowl, because you can just lick the bowl anyway. Part of the fun of making cake, you can lick the bowl. I would let it cool down for a bit first though, because otherwise you might burn your tongue. Right, so that's done. Take that off the spoon. Yum. Now I've probably got chocolate all over my face. But this is absolutely crucial now. You need to make sure that this is stirred in properly, because otherwise you'll have bits of cake that aren't chocolatey. So make sure you give it a really, really good stir in. Oh, and the hob can come off now. Just stir in. My bowl's running away. Right. So this is what I mean. Look. You can see there are bits in there that are still quite pale, where the chocolate hasn't mixed into it yet. So make sure you mix it really, really carefully and really well. When I say stir it just for 5 minutes or so, just until you're sure that it's all through. Oh, bloody hell, that's a thick mixture. Tell you so, this builds up your muscles, it does. Right, there we go. Now, I've got a tray already greased and lined here. If you haven't, don't worry, because this is the time when you can do it while your oven is preheating. So I'm going to turn mine on now. I should have done it already. I should have done it at the beginning, but I forgot. So I'm going to turn mine on. I'm using a gas oven. Not a gas oven. I'm using an electric oven. We don't have gas. And I'm going to put it on to 180 degrees. If you're using a gas oven, I'd say gas mod 5. And just let it preheat for 5 minutes and sort it out. So that's on now. It doesn't matter if you don't preheat your oven, it just means you have to add a little extra time onto the cooking time. So instead of leaving it for say 40 minutes, leave it for 45 minutes and then prod it. I have a big prodder that I use to prod it because I don't have like toothpicks or it, so I use a meat prodder. Just make sure you wash it really well because you don't want any raw meat in your cake mix. Nobody wants food poisoning. Right, so we can get rid of the waste now. My cats love cake mixers, they'll enjoy looking the bowl out. They're bloody weirdos they are, honestly. Just pour it in. Oh, look at that. Honestly, if you could see this, I mean you will see it when you do it yourself, but if you could see it as it's sitting in the pan and it's mixing itself in, spreading itself out and what have you. It looks amazing, honestly. And I, for one, cannot wait to eat this. There we go. That will do. That will do just nicely. Right. So, I did that basically just to knock a little bit of the air out underneath, because you don't want too much air in it, otherwise it'll just be really eerie, basically. You'll end up with like an empty shell of cake, so we don't want that. You don't have to give it a knock. If you don't think that it's got that much air in it, then don't bother. I just think it's a good thing to do. So I'm going to pop that in the oven now for about, I'm going to say 45 minutes, because my oven's not really hot. Hold on. No, my oven's not really very hot, so I'm going to say 45 minutes and then give it a prod. As for serving, I would suggest just have it with some ice cream or custard. You know, what do you normally do a cake? If you want to, you can, if you've got some spare chocolate, melt some of that and mix it with icing sugar into this a fairly thick consistency, so that you can like spread it onto the cake and it doesn't dribble down the sides too much, so it's like a chocolate icing. What do you want? I think my cats are waiting to be fed, so I better go do that now. But enjoy your cake, and I'd love to see some pictures or, you know, something, and let me know what you wanted to do next time, because I do love doing these. I absolutely love baking and cooking and things and sharing the recipes, so yeah. Alright, I did say I was going to do cinnamon swirls, but I've got to get some pastry yet, so you probably have to wait till Monday to do that, because I am skint, and I have to buy pastry, because I'm too lazy to make it when I get home from work. So I get paid on Sunday, so maybe Sunday, maybe Monday, but it will definitely be on soon. If you want anything before then, I can do little things. Let me see what I've got in here. Oh, I've still got more golden syrup. I've got chocolate spread that's been in there since, I don't even know how long. I don't know if that's still in date. I don't know. I can't read that. Oh, it is. It's in date till September, October time. I've got little muffin cases. I can do some muffins. Maybe some vanilla muffins. No, I can't do vanilla muffins. Coffee cake. I'll do coffee cake. I'll do that tomorrow after I get home from work, 'cause it won't really be busy. So it's been dead today as well. It's ridiculous. It has died down since Christmas. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you like the coffee cake tomorrow as well, if I do it. I mean, I've got coffee, I've got cake mix, so it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, enjoy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.